Europe stepped back from the brink of a political fracture in Brussels as EU leaders sealed a last-minute financing deal to keep Ukraine afloat for the next 2 years. After months of deadlock, a compromise loan agreement was reached, avoiding what Belgium's Prime Minister warned could have been a geopolitical disaster.
Had we left Brussels divided today, Europe would have walked away from geopolitical relevance. It would have been a total disaster. And we would have sent a message to the world that Europe can no longer deliver anything. And that would also be a strategic disaster.
Belgian Prime Minister Bart de Wever said a failure to agree would have shattered Europe's credibility on the global stage. Under the agreement, the European Union will raise around 90 billion euros through joint borrowing on capital markets, backed by the EU budget. The funds will provide Ukraine with predictable and stable financing for 2026 and 2027, aligned with International Monetary Fund support, as Kyiv faces a looming cash crisis early next year. The most contentious issue was whether to directly use frozen Russian assets. Belgium, which holds the vast majority of those funds through the Brussels-based clearinghouse Euroclear, refused to back the plan without ironclad legal guarantees. De Wever warned that seizing the assets could expose Belgium and the EU to massive lawsuits and damage investor confidence across Europe's financial system.
The immobilized assets will be kept immobilized and will ultimately be used to repair the damage Russia has caused through its unprovoked and unjustified war against Ukraine. I think nobody in the European family wants to see that money return to Moscow.
But not all EU leaders were satisfied. Sweden's Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson openly expressed regret that Russian money was not used, arguing Europe missed a powerful political signal by choosing EU borrowing instead.
I think, and Sweden thinks, that the frozen Russian assets would have been a better method. Then I would have used Russia's money, not the EU's money.
The divide highlights a deeper rift inside the European Union. Countries closest to Russia favor strong deterrence and moral clarity, while financial hubs like Belgium prioritize legal certainty and market stability. For now, Russian assets remain frozen, not seized, held as leverage for future reparations. Ukraine gets the money it urgently needs, but the debate over who should ultimately pay for the war is far from over.